marks the last home game for the 1999 seniors. And at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the senior cheerleaders who will be presenting their mothers with flowers. First up is Paola Gadsden, a foreign exchange student from Mexico, and her Aslan mom, Judy Seltzer.
This is the last home game for senior players as well as cheerleaders. So they're presenting the cheerleaders, as you can see. This is Paola Gadsden, who's an exchange student from Mexico.
Cheerleaders of 1999 who finished second in the TVL conference meet the other day and will be participating tomorrow at Franklin High School in the South Sectionals. Co-captain Laura Connaughton and her mother Debbie Connaughton.
This is Laura Connaughton.
The other co-captain, Trish Kingsbury, and her mother, Tina Kingsbury.
This is Trish Kingsbury.
Let's have a good hand for Tina. She's on the run, coming across the field. She's at the 50, the 40, running out of breath at the 30. Down to the 10, almost time for a hug. Congratulations, Mrs. Kingsbury. And now for our Blue Tie Pride seniors. Our first senior, Brian Arugio, presenting flowers to his mother, Kathy Arugio.
Now among the ball players, this is Brian Arugio, number 70, who also does the place kicking chores for the Clockers this season.
David Bresla, presenting a flower to his mother, Rosemarie Bresla.
This is Dave Bresla, the starting quarterback.
Sylvain and Jean Delaney, presenting a flower to Nancy Allison.
This is Sylvain Delaney, number 50.
Matt DeLuca, presenting to his mother, Debbie DeLuca.
This is Matt DeLuca, number 14. Of course, this is an annual event on the last home game of each season. And of course, this year the Thanksgiving Day game is in Hopkinton. This is Bill Gain.
Alex Hart, presenting to his mother, Jean Sherman.
This is Alex Hart, number 77.
Tim McKay and his mother, Ann McKay.
Tim McKay, number 63, one of the inside linemen.
Jimmy McDonald and his mother, Jean McDonald.
Jim McDonald, number 31.
Jordan McAdams and his mother, Lynn McAdams.
Jordan McAdams, number 48.
Michael Funt and his mother, Linda Paquette.
Mike Funt, who was one of the wideouts.
Tim Faniff and his mother, Christine Faniff.
Timmy Faniff, number 88.
Andrew Rice and his mother, Louise Rice.
Andrew Rice, 32.
And now for our two co-captains of the 1999 Blue Tide Pride. Our first co-captain, Nick Dommings, presenting to his mother, Dale Dommings.
These are the senior co-captains now. Nick Dommings, number 44. Who has had a good season as a tight end and defensive end.
And co-captain Chris Marini, presenting to his mother, Linda Marini.
And this is Chris Marini, number 74, offensive tackle and a linebacker.
I'd like to take a minute just to acknowledge all of these seniors that put in 5 tremendous years here at Ashland High School, and we'd also like to acknowledge their fathers. So let's give their fathers a great hand too. Congratulations on a wonderful 5 years here, and best of luck today, guys.
No, they told him not to. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Saturday football from the Grump, and this afternoon, Ashland Clockers meet the Medway Mustangs in the last home game of the millennium here at Grump Walker Field. Ashland coming into the game with a record of 3-5. Medway coming in still looking for a win in this season. And as you can see, the officials and the captains are meeting at midfield. Medway winning the toss. They'll take the opening kickoff. They'll be coming from our left to right to start this game. A slight wind advantage to their back. Not that much. So we're about set to go with this afternoon's game. Very unusual occurrence, a Saturday afternoon game here in Ashland.
Medway has won the toss and elected to receive. Will be defending.
Just prior to the game, of course, we had the annual ceremony for the graduating senior members of the team, as well as the cheerleaders, as they greet their moms here at the field.
We have a possibility of a few people to volunteer to do the chains today. We are in need of 3 volunteers over there to do the chains.
Okay, Eric.
Volunteer on the chains.
Okay, we're about set for action. And kicking off for Ashland is going to be Brian Arujo, number 70. Going back deep from Medway is Brian Casey, number 21. And over on the far side is 32, Kevin DeSimone. And they will be the deep receivers for the opening kickoff. Virtually no wind as we come down to the opening kickoff. Medway will be coming from our left to right to start the game.
Derek Atherton and Tommy Forbes. Ashland will be kicking off. Number 70, Brian Arujo.
Here we go. And Arujo into the kick. It's going to come down to 21. That's Brian Casey. Bobbles it. And tries to swing around to the left side up near the 20, tries to cut inside, gets hit, and he's going to be dropped just across the 20-yard line around the 23 to start the game. So Brian Casey with the opening kickoff carries to about the 21-yard line, and Medway takes over, starts out 1st and 10. It's Peter Bocciari, number 5, at quarterback. They're going to send a wideout as number 2, Brian Sullivan, to the near side right. Bocciari calling signals. And a quick handoff inside to number 21. That was Brian Casey. Picks up about a yard, maybe 2 to the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Bhattacharya with it, looking to throw. Throws it out, and it's almost complete, but then dropped. It was Richard Myers, number 4, cutting over just behind the linebackers. And it would have been first down yardage, but for the incompletion. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. That was number 4, Richard Myers, the intended receiver. The ball thrown low. But a pretty good pattern to start this game, or the first pass of the game. I think Bhattacharya, I'm not really sure. Bhattacharya with it, pitch back, and flag and whistle, so
Play is called dead. Quarterback, knee touch.
Yeah, the quarterback's knee touch, that's what it was, so it'll be 4th down.
And 12.
4th and 12, so it'll be a punting situation. Bhattacharya to kick it away.
Bhattacharya back to kick.
Brian Hackett back deep. Gets the kick away, and it's going to come to Hackett at his own 45-yard line. Up across the 50, and he's hit and going to be hammered down right there. It's number 63, Paul Leoncini, on the hit. So Hackett carries it into Medway territory. Excellent field position for the Clockers as they'll start out at the Medway 47-yard line.
46-yard line.
8:36 to go, first quarter, no score.
1st and 10.
Dave Bressler, the quarterback, number 11. He's got Hackett in the backfield with him, along with 31, James McDonald. And the handoff goes to Hackett, trying to go right. It's going to go nowhere. Might have lost a yard, so it'll be 2nd down. So he instantly tried the right side and went nowhere. And the spot, I believe he did lose a tad, so call it 2nd down and about 11 for the Clockers. Michael Funt wide to the near side left. Bressel's back, looking for him, lays it out there right into his arms. Funt has it, turns upfield, and finally he's going to be hit and dropped down around the 35-yard line. And it looks like it's enough for the 1st down.
Ball is down to the 35-yard line.
Well, it's right at the 35-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. That'll go actually for about a 14-yard, maybe a 13-yard, about 11-yard pickup. Handoff again to Hackett, trying to sweep the left side, turns the corner, and he's going to be hit after a pickup of 5 or 6, it looks like. It was number 4, Rich Myers, on the tackle. The gain is going to be very close to 10 yards, actually, as the spot is very close, just outside the 25-yard line. 2nd down and less than a yard. So effective running by Hackett. And they hand it to Hackett again, and he has the 1st down, picks up about 2, has the 1st down. Drive started at the Ashland 47, and that carries to about the 24-yard line, so it's 1st and 10. Ashland moving the ball very well here early in the 1st quarter. 6:45 to go. We have no score. Clockers bring 88, Tim Faniff, wide to the near side left. Going in motion is Bill Gain. And throwing out there is Bressler, and it's just incomplete off the fingertips of Tim Faniff in the end zone. Just a little bit high. James McLaughlin, number 8, was back there on coverage. But it seems that Faniff had him beaten, but the ball was overthrown. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Clockers are working from the Medway 24-yard line.
2nd and 10 from the 24.
Now Funt is back in at wideout. Gain in motion again, and there was motion on the interior line, so that's going to cost the Clockers 5. False start. Might have been the right guard. In any case, it'll be 1st and 15.
Procedure on the clockers.
Well, 2nd and 15, I beg your pardon, 2nd and 15. This time they send Funt to the far side right. Gain is in the slot. Bressler to throw. Completes it out there to McDonald, and McDonald is going to be wrestled down after pickup of about 4. He's near the original line of scrimmage, but it'll be 3rd down and about 11 yards to go. 3rd and about 11.
About 5. Be 3rd down and 11.
So the Clockers on this drive have had effective running from Hackett, as well as a completion to Mike Funt. Bressler to throw. Looks, throws complete and dropped. It was Funt had it and dropped it. So it'll be 4th down. Looked initially as if he could have handled it, but he dropped it. So it'll bring up a 4th down.
Ball is on the 25-yard line.
And it would appear that they're going to go for it. Could be looking at about a 42-yard field goal attempt. And a punt into the end zone would only net about 4 yards. So Bressler with it, looking to throw, has time, throws it, launches it out there, and it's going to be caught. And touchdown! Touchdown for Tim Fanoff. Some question as to whether or not he kept his feet in the end zone, but he did. So a nice pattern and a nice catch, and Clockers break on top, 6-0.
Touchdown pass. And the Clockers go on the board, 6-0.
We'll see this on instant replay. Watch Fanoff coming from the left side. He's out of the camera shot right now, but watch the ball get lofted out there. Fanoff is clear, hauls it in and fell through the end zone. So as I said, there was some issue as to whether or not he had his feet in, but they said he did. So it's 6-0. The extra point by Araujo is blocked, and this is a live ball. It's going to be picked up over there by Christopher Eisenberg. Now it's picked up by no one. It's picked up by Clockers. It's Nick Ehreman. But in any case, as you can see, the point after touchdown failed. So with 5:38 to go here in the first quarter, the Clockers leading at 6-0. Well, it was a tremendously frustrating week for Ashland in their last game as they were shut out by Dover Sherburne by a score of 12-0. Twice they were stuffed inside the 5. Ashland had their chances, but just could not cash in. And for Medway, it's just been one of those years as they are winless. And this clearly, or so it would seem, is their best shot at a win, because their next game and their final game of the year will be against Millis, which may well be headed to the Super Bowl. So Araujo to kick off. Brian Casey is back again with Kevin DeSimone, and it's going to come up, bounce up to Casey. Casey with it, moving to his left, cuts it upfield at the 25, across the 30, the 35, and finally falls forward. But he's got at least to the 35, and depending where he went out of bounds, maybe around the 37-yard line.
And brought it out to about the 33-yard line, where he stepped out of bounds.
All right, they say he stepped out around the 33. So Medway with fair field position, but on their first series, they accomplished very little. They bring Brian Sullivan, number 2. He's the wide receiver to the near side right. Brian Casey is set in the backfield, along with Doug Phillips. They hand it to Casey, trying to work his way left. He picks up a couple of yards, and he's dropped at the 35.
Casey for a gain of about 4 yards. Tackled by number 60, Danny Phipps.
Bartachari to throw, throws it out, and it's incomplete. Rifled it over there for for Brian Sullivan, number 2. Threw it low. So it's incomplete, and it'll be third down and about 6. Medway working from their own 35-yard line, 36-yard line. They bring number 4, Richard Myers, wide to the near side right. Number 82 is in the slot out there, Gregory Hickey. Bhattacharya to throw, looking deep, lofts it out there, and it's going to be incomplete. He threw it between Hickey and Myers, and it fell incomplete. So it'll be fourth down and long, bringing up a punting situation.
4th and 6 for the Mustangs on their own 35-yard line.
Bhattacharya is the punter, and Brian Hackett back in single safety to take the kick. Bhattacharya handles the snap, kicks it out of there. Pretty good kick. It's going to drive Hackett back inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line, retreats to the 10, trying to come back upfield to the 11, the 15-yard line, still on his feet to the 20, and finally just to the 20, the 22-yard line. So Hackett was driven way back, finally fielded the ball around the 10, carried it back to the 21-yard line, and Ashland will start there.
82, Gregory Hickey, co-captain.
So on their first possession, Ashland started at the Medway 47, turned it into a touchdown. Now they start at their own 21 with 4:27 to go here in the first quarter. Michael Funt to the near side left. Bill Gain is in the slot. Bressler with it, hands it off inside. This is number 30, Jim McDonald.
A gain of 6.
McDonald carries it up to the 26-yard line. Pick up a 5. It'll be second down and 5. Andrew Rice is in the backfield along with McDonald. And they hand it to Rice. Rice with a big hole. Comes to the 30-yard line. Going to be fairly close to the first down marker. See where the spot goes, but a pickup of about 5. And it is a first down as they spot it at the 31-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 at the 31.
1st and 10 for the Clockers on their own 31-yard line.
Hackett and McDonald. This is Hackett plunging straight ahead, might have a yard.
Tackled by Paul Leonici. We're looking at a gain of about 2 yards on that play. Second down and 8.
Give Hackett a gain of 2, so it'll be second down and 8. This is 86, Manny Guerrero in the game. To the near side left, Bressel to throw, looking for him, and throws incomplete. Actually was looking for Dommings, who was cutting across from his tight end position, but threw it behind Dommings. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 8 situation. Guerrero comes out. We see Gain is in there. They bring Funt to the near side left. Gain is in the slot, that conventional formation. We've seen it all season, but pretty effective in the passing department. Bressler with it, drops straight back, has some pressure. They pick it up. He throws it out there, incomplete. He had Gain cutting across, but it was again thrown away from Gain. It may not have even been enough for the first down, but in any case, it's incomplete, so it's 4th down and 8, and Arujo will kick it away.
Kick for the Clockers. Back for the Medway Mustangs, number 2, Brian Sullivan.
Brian Sullivan back to take the punt. Good clean snap. Arujo gets it out of there, and it's going to just wobble and finally fall and take a Medway bounce somewhat, and it's going to be down by Ashland at about the 46, 47 yard line. It'll be Medway 1st and 10.
Ball is down by number 75, Wayne Carlson of the Clockers. Mustangs will take over on their own 47 yard line, 1st and 10.
So on that drive, the Ashland Clockers picked up a quick first down, but then stalled, and they had to kick it away. We're down to 2:29 in the first quarter. It's Ashland 6, Medway nothing. And speaking of Medway, they sent Stephen Allen, number 6, to the near side right. Sullivan is on the far side left. Bhattacharya with the count. Fakes the handoff to throw, looking, being chased, and being sacked.
Back to pass.
It was number 75 for Ashland, Wayne Carlson, who just was relentless coming from the left side, chased him way out of the pocket across the field and finally dropped him. So the sack is going to cost about 9 yards, maybe 8, back to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 18. Inside handoff by Bhattacharya. This is 36. That's Doug Phillips, who pounds up to about the 45-yard line. So a gain of about 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 13. 3rd and 13. They bring Stephen Allen back in. Allen and Christopher Eisenberg, number 3, coming to the near side right. Eisenberg the wideout, and Allen in the slot. Bhattacharya with it out of the shotgun to throw. Throws it out there, and it's up in the air and intercepted. Intercepted by Sylvain Delaney, number 50. Nice pick by Sylvain Delaney. We'll see it again. Here it is. I thought there was some holding there, but no flag. And as you can see, it was tapped up in the air, and Delaney came down with it. And the Clockers will take over. And it's going to be just past the 40-yard line. So on the exchange, Clockers picked up about 10 yards, actually, after they punted away and Medway coughed up the interception. In any case, ball is on the ground. And Bressler falls on it. He mishandled the snap, fell right on it, lost a tad, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
We're inside a minute, 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We have Hackett and McDonald in the backfield. Gain is the flanker. They pitch back to Hackett. Hackett trying to come left, gets a block, tries to cut it outside, stays in bounds and picks up about 6. He's finally wrestled out of bounds in front of the Ashland bench. It'll be somewhere, I think, it should be.
The ball up to the 46-yard line.
They're going to give him the 43-yard line is what they're going to do. They're going to say he went out of bounds at the 43. So it's a pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
The official brought that back. He must have stepped out of bounds. Thanks to Mr. McDevitt.
So a 3rd and 7 situation. McDonald and Hackett are in the backfield. Manny Guerrero is in the slot over on the far side right. Bressler is back to throw, has some time, throws complete to Funt. Funt has 1st down yardage, but he was pushed back. This is going to be good for 1st down and a pickup of about 8. He was just beyond the 1st down stick when he took it in, and then he was pushed back. So it'll count. It's a 1st down. They stopped the clock to move the chains. It's rolling again. We're inside 10 seconds. So whether or not the Clockers get off another play is questionable, and they're not going to do it. So that'll bring the first quarter to a close, and at the end of a quarter, Ashland leads at 6-0.
At the end of the first quarter, Ashland 6, Medway Mustang 0. to take this opportunity to congratulate the cheerleaders from Medway High School, who finished first in the Tri-Valley League and who will be competing again tomorrow at the South Sectional Championships in Franklin High School. Best of luck, Lady Mustangs. There are a pair of sunglasses that were turned into the press box. You are missing a pair of sunglasses on this bright, shiny day. We have them.
Well, the line of scrimmage starting the second quarter is the Medway 49-yard line. And so now, of course, Ashland will be going from left to right. The day has become overcast and a little on the chilly side, but the wind is no factor. And although we have leaden skies, there has yet to be a trace of rain. And I would like to say for the record that it is far preferable doing these games in daylight because it's much easier to see the action. However, they bring Michael Funt to the near side right. McDonald and Hackett in the backfield, Gain going in motion. Handoff to Hackett, trying to go left, finds a hole and picks up about 4.
Hackett over left tackle. That was Chris Moraney opening that little hole for him for a gain of 6 yards.
Carried it just beyond the 45, just beyond the 45-yard line. So the line of scrimmage is the 44, roughly, second down and 5. Early in the second quarter, Ashland leading at 6-0. Handoff to Hackett, a flag thrown in the backfield. And they're going to call illegal motion.
There was a flag on the play. The flag was against the Clockers.
Illegal motion? Yeah, they call illegal motion, so could have been 2 guys in motion. In any case, it'll back it up 5, so it'll be second down and 10, maybe a little more. Second and 10. They go back to the original line of scrimmage.
Ball back to the 49-yard line again.
Gain in motion, Bressler to throw. Looking Gain's way, it's complete, and he coughs it up. Oh, he got stuck. It was number 21, Brian Casey, who nailed him because Gain had actually made the catch, and Casey just hammered him, and he coughed the ball up, so it fell incomplete. So it'll be third down and 10.
Knocked the ball out of Bill Gaines' hand.
So third down and 10 plus as they bring Funt and Gain to the near side right. McDonald is in the backfield along with Hackett. Bressler dropping straight back to throw, and he's going to be hit and dropped, and a flag thrown. And let's see, grounding? Yes, indeed, intentional grounding.
Number 55, James Parker. There's a flag on the play.
So Bressler, desperate to avoid the sack, grounded the ball, and a flag thrown by the referee. And that also incurs loss of down, so it'll be fourth down and a little over 20 yards to go.
And about 21
So
yards.
a kicking situation for Arujo in there to punt. 21, Brian Casey back. Is it Casey? No, it isn't. It's Brian Sullivan back in single safety. And Clockers need a good kick. Good snap. Arujo gets it out of there. Oh, good spiraling kick. It's going to come down to Sullivan back around the 25-yard line to the 30. Trips. There's a flag thrown.
Brian Casey with a gain of about 4.
Flag was thrown by the back judge, I believe, but it's blocking the back as a preliminary indication. Indeed, so that'll back them off 10. It'll be from the spot of the foul, so this is going to wind up back around the 15-yard line. It'll be the 17. So a tough penalty from Medway backs them up to their own 17-yard line, as they've been very, very ineffective here today so far. Bhattacharya hands it off to 21. This is Casey. Casey sweeping right, gets hemmed in, trying to go outside. Finally he's forced to the ground, but in bounds. Did not make it out of bounds. Number 50 over there, Sylvain Delaney over there on the tackle. And the pickup is going to go for about 3 or 4 yards. So it'll be second down and second and about 6. Colin Davis, number 30, in the game, wide to the near side left from Medway. Bhattacharya hands it off, however, again to Casey. And Casey trying to sweep right again and might have picked up a couple. So it'll be third down.
Followed up by Alex Hart. Sylvain Delaney. And Jordan McAdams.
Line of scrimmage will be about the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 for Medway. A big situation for them. Again, they bring Davis to the near side left. 3 men in the backfield. This is Casey coming in motion. Bhattacharya with it, going to throw, and he throws, and it's incomplete. It was intended over there for Greg Hickey, the tight end. Greg Hickey, number 82, but he couldn't haul it in, and he was hit, and the ball fell incomplete. So it'll be 4th down.
And 4. From the Mustang 26 or 27.
So a punting situation again for Bhattacharya. Hackett is back in single safety. No rush. Bhattacharya gets off a good kick again. He's going to drive Hackett back to about the 37-yard line, turns it upfield. He's at the 40, and he's going to be hit and nailed. Let's see who that was. Number 76. That's Alex Bosakowski.
The Clockers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
So from Medway, on their possession so far, they started at their own 24, they punted, their own 33, they punted, their own 47, they had a pass intercepted, their own 17, they punted. Ashland a little bit better on their first possession, starting at the Medway 47. They got a touchdown out of it. And then a punt, and then a punt. And now they're at their own 44. It's 6-0 Clockers with 6:46 to go in the half. Pitch to Hackett, trying to sweep right, has some room, and he's finally hit, but he picks up close to 7 or 8. He was hit over there by Richard Myers coming across, but he picks up about 7 yards on that sweep. So it'll be 2nd down and about 3. Closer to an 8-yard gain, call it 2nd and 2. As he crossed midfield, he's in Medway territory. Line of scrimmage about the 47-yard line. They send Michael Funt to the wide to the far side left this time, but they hand it to Hackett. Hackett trying to come right, but he's hit around the ankles just as he turned the corner, and it was, I believe, number 54 got a hand in it. That's Brian Tracy. But he was tripped up, so he may have gotten something, not much. Call it 3rd down and 2.
We're looking at 3rd and 1.
Although one would have to presume it is about 3rd and 1, so one would have to presume that this may be 2-down territory for the Clockers. Medway again has been very ineffective in everything they've tried. They hand it to Hackett, straight ahead, big hole. Oh, the 1st down and about 10 more as he carries it to the 35-yard line.
Right up the middle.
He needed 1 and he got about 11.
Big hole by Alex
So the Clockers now forge ahead into Medway territory. The line of scrimmage to be about the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Clockers moving down to 5:10 to go in the half. Clockers with a 6-0 lead as they come out. Going with Hackett and McDonald in the backfield. This time they hand it to McDonald, trying to slant to the left. He picks up about 4. He found a nice hole for himself as he carries it down to about the 31, 32-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6.
Timeout on the field by the Clockers.
Ashland calls a timeout with 4:30 to go. Hand off to Hackett, but he's hit immediately. And he's actually going to lose about 4 on that exchange, so it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and about 11. Suddenly, a potential passing down for Ashland as it's 3rd and close to 11. Bressler with the play, going back into the huddle. As they come out, they send Funt to the near side right. Gain is in the slot over on this side. Doming's the tight end on the far side left. Bressler to throw, looking, completes it, does not complete it, and it's almost picked off. It was tipped up in the air, and almost to Brian Casey, who made a mad scramble to try and intercept the ball. Couldn't quite get to it, but it brings up a 4th down and long, 4th and 11. And the Clockers will go for it.
Mustang 36-yard line.
Tim Faniff is in there. In fact, 3 receivers to the right side. Bressler to throw it. Launches it out there, looking for Faniff, off his arms, no good. Excellent coverage down there by Casey. Trying to get his number. Looks like 21 Casey. It was good coverage. Faniff had to stop and go up for the ball, but he's tall. But Casey was there and knocked it away on a nice defensive play. So Ashland gives it up on downs, and it'll be Medway ball.
1st and 10.
Botticelli with it. He hands it off inside to Phillips, and Phillips with a big hole. Carries it across midfield to the 45-yard line. Doug Phillips.
Up the middle for a gain of 22.
They spotted at the 46-yard line of Ashland. But a big gain from Medway. Casey coming in motion. Botticelli with it, looking to throw. Throws to Casey. Casey catches it, but he's going to be reined in and dropped. Hanrahan is there. Matt Rice is over there, but he's still picked up about 4, I think. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be right at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. So suddenly in 2 plays, Medway moves the ball about 23 yards. They send 82 Gregory Hickey wide to the far side right. Bhattacharya calling signals, pitches back to Casey. Trying to string it out, and he's going to be taken down over there by number 5, Joe Mirasola. It was 36, that's Doug Phillips, who was the lead blocker for Casey, but Mirasola was having none of it. Medway calling a timeout. So there was a big loss on that play of about 6. It's going to be 3rd down and about 11 or 12 yards to go. Medway calls the 22nd timeout with 2:15 to go in the half.
Ball back to make it 3rd and 11 from the Medway 46-yard line.
So Medway looking at 3rd and long. In this drive, they had a good pickup by Phillips, number 36, of about 14 yards, and a reception to Casey. But then Casey with the loss on that sweep. This is Casey in motion. Bhattacharya with it, falling back on a throw, being chased. Turns, and he's dropped. Oh, bang! Wayne Carlson got him. Second one of the day for Carlson. Second sack of the afternoon, and another big loss. So this pushes it back to about the 44-yard line of Medway. So it's going to be 4th down and a mile. 4th and about 21. Bhattacharya to punt it away. Hackett back in single safety. And this, again, drives Hackett back. He handles it around the 25-yard line, cuts it upfield, trying to come right. Has a hole, has the sideline, has some room. One man to beat Hackett. Hackett cuts inside Casey, moves to his left. He's down to the 10. He's at the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. We'll see it again. Watch the cut. He cuts it inside. Well, you missed it, but it was right there. Right there you saw Casey, who had the last lunge at him, and he just simply strode by him and dove into the end zone, and it's 12-0.
And that'll be a timeout by the Clockers. The score now 12.
So it's 12-0, and Ashland will go for 2 as they miss the extra point after the first touchdown. They have Fanoff to the far side right. Bressler moving around. Bressler looking, throws, floats it, and it's incomplete. Tried to float it to Tim Fanoff, but Fanoff couldn't get up that high, and again, they miss the extra point. So with 1:14 to go here in the half, Clockers are leading at 12-0.
Will be kicking off for the Clockers.
Medway with Dan Clinton back deep and Kevin DeSimone 32. It had been Casey, but for whatever reason he is not back deep. In fact, I don't think he's on the field. Arujo kicks it away. This is going to be a squibber. It's going to come up to Dan Clinton 25. Clinton trying to work it to his right as he comes to the 30-yard line. He's dropped. So it'll be Medway 1st and 10. And let's see, the line of scrimmage will be exactly on the 30-yard line.
The last tackle was by Mike Missouri.
So a touchdown pass to Fanoff and a run back of a punt by Brian Hackett have put the Clockers up 12-0. Botticelli handing it off inside. Gain of about a yard, and let's see who it is. Timeout is being called down there.
Kevin McCain. Tackle on the play by
Number 40, Kevin McGann, was the ball carrier. Got about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
44, Nick Dommings.
Medway called a timeout, so we're inside a minute, 59 seconds to go.
Second timeout of the half.
All right, Casey is back in the game. At a tailback spot. Now he's going to. Well, as a running back anyway with Doug Phillips. And let's see, the wideout over on this side is Brian Sullivan. That's number 2. Can't quite see the number in the slot, but I believe it's Greg Hickey. Botticelli to throw, throws it out to the right side, and it looks good. Stephen Allen, number 6 over there. Gain of about 4. And let's see, the clock is stopped.
And that'll be a timeout for the Clockers.
Looks like Ashland calling a timeout. 3rd and 5. 48 seconds to go in the half.
So we're looking at 3rd down and 5 for Medway. Seconds remaining in the half. At halftime,
So we've got Hickey, number 82, and James McLaughlin, number 8, over here on the near side left. McLaughlin actually is the wideout. Hickey is in the slot. Doug Phillips, 36, is in the backfield.
Medway Mustang cheerleaders.
And Casey.
Peter Botticelli back.
Botticelli, the quarterback, coming out of the shotgun. Drops back to throw. Has some time. Throws. Looking over there for 82. That was Hickey, who hauls it in. Hanrahan going for the interception, and Hickey took it away from him. So a nice reception by Hickey. 1st down plus as that comes to the 46-yard line. Medway calling timeout. They have 40 seconds to go in the half. They started back at their own 30. And they are as far as the Ashland 46-yard line. And Ashland's certainly not eager to give up a score with so little time remaining, or any time here in the first half. They certainly want to go into the locker room with a 12-0 lead. Now let's watch. They bring Allen, number 6, to the near side left, along with Hickey, number 82. He's going to be in the slot. No, he isn't either. Hickey is going to be lined up in an end position. Allen is more of a flanker in any case. Botticelli trying to outrun Matt DeLuca, looking for a safety valve, apparently looking for Brian Casey, but throws it incomplete as DeLuca really had pressure on him, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Looking at 2nd and 10 from the 46.
McLaughlin is in the game, number 8, going to the far side right. He's over there with Sullivan, number 2. Casey will be in a pass formation, a pass pattern also. Botticelli to throw, and it's going to be picked off. It's picked off by Fanoff. Fanoff up to midfield to the 45-yard line and finally grabbed by the jersey and wrestled down as he comes to the 43. We'll see a replay. There was traffic over there, but Fanoff stepped in and picked it. And there you see it, as I think 2 receivers might have collided with each other. And Fanoff just hauls upfield with the ball, crosses midfield, and as you can see, was grabbed by the jersey and dropped. So after the interception, it'll be Ashland ball at the Medway 44-yard line. Bressler looking to throw. Throws it out complete to Gain. Gain at the 40. Gain inside the 35 to about the 32, 33-yard line with 11 seconds to go. They stop the clock. The clock will stop to move the chains, but they do call a timeout. So Ashland has 11 seconds to work and try and get a little more on the board before halftime. They may be able to get 2 pass plays in here. That'll be about it, I think.
Let me correct that. Their 4th time out of the half. Thank you, Mr. McDevitt.
Line of scrimmage, the 33.
Medway 32. 11 seconds remaining in the half.
We have the 3 wide receivers, the 3 receivers to the near side right. Fanoff, Gain, and Funt. They hand it to Hackett, and Hackett is dropped. He picks up about 4, down to 6 seconds. So they went with 3 receivers and then tried the draw play or the delay, but in any event, it goes for about 3. That's irrelevant. Clockers call their last timeout. The line of scrimmage being the Medway 30. And there are 6 ticks left to go on the clock. So 6 seconds to go in the second half. And Ashland probably with 1 more shot at the end zone, barring a flag or some such thing. Sean Hanrahan, number one right, wide to the near side right. This is Hanrahan, but he'll throw. That was a lateral. Hanrahan throws it out deep, and it's picked off by James McLaughlin. It was intended for Dommings. McLaughlin stripped of the ball. Time has run off the clock, and that's going to do it. Well, that was interesting. That was a lateral pass to Hanrahan. And, of course, he's the backup quarterback, and he launched it for Nick Dommings, and it was intercepted. An interesting flea flicker to end the second half. But at the end of 2, the score is Ashland 12, Medway nothing, and we'll be back. I'd like to mention that just before the second half, Joe Mirasola gets to hug his mom because she was a little late getting here today, so he was the last senior to be so honored during his last home game. So here's the deal. We're ready to start the second half. Ashland is leading this game 12-0. They've got the option for the second half, so I assume that they will take the football. So it's been a big play afternoon for the Clockers so far, as their first touchdown came on a pass to Tim Fanoff in the back of the end zone on a nice pass from Bressler, and the second touchdown was an 85-yard punt return by Brian Hackett, which electrified the crowd, just electrified the crowd. It was actually a terrific run, as you know, he just turned the jets on as he got to about his own 40-yard line and got through the crowd, and then cranked it up. And the last two guys with a shot at him were number 21, and that's Brian Casey, who he deked out and just walked by. And the very last guy with a shot was Peter Botticelli, who was the punter. And but it went 85 yards for a touchdown on a terrific run by Hackett. So we're at 12-0. After the first touchdown, Brian Arujo missed the kick for the extra point try, and after the second touchdown, they went for the two-point conversion and missed that, so it's 12-0.
The second half will begin with Medway.
So Medway will kick off. It'll be Jim McLaughlin, number 8, kicking off from left to right. Brian Hackett going back deep for the Clockers. Mirasola's back there, number 5, along with Matt Sousa, number 40. And a neat flea flicker at the end of that first half, by the way, as they pitched to Hanrahan. It was actually a lateral. Sean Hanrahan, the backup quarterback, but he threw a pass for Fanoff. It was intercepted. Anyway, the ball coming down to Hackett. He muffs it, picks it up at the 25-yard line, trying to cut upfield, breaks a tackle, still trying to cut, and finally going to be wrestled out of bounds as he comes to the 30-yard line. Tough guy to bring down. That was Richard Myers, number 4 on the coverage. So Ashland takes over 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Clockers will have the ball from their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Call it the 30. So Hackett is in the backfield with McDonald. Bressler, the quarterback. Gain is in that slot, coming in motion now from right to left. Bressler hands it off to Hackett. Coming left, cuts it inside, and maybe gets a yard before he gets hammered. Andrew Pachalik, number 7, was there to hit him initially. Then a couple of other guys finished him off. So he might have gotten a yard out of this. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Clockers.
Fanoff to the near side left. Gain is in the slot. And again, it's Hackett. Up the middle, gets next to nothing. So it'll be 3rd down. So to begin the second half, Clockers have opted to go pretty much right at the teeth of the defense. And they give Hackett a pickup of a couple maybe. So I'll call it 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. This time they send Bill Gain wide to the far side right. Bressler drops back to throw, gets away from the defense and throws. They're going to say incomplete. They're going to say it was trapped by Dommings right at the 40-yard line. So that'll bring up a 4th down. Dommings said he had it, but the official said he didn't. And in that clash of opinions, the official wins. So it'll be 4th down and 7. So Arujo will drop back to kick. And it'll be number, is it 2 or 21? Can't see very well. I think it's number, can't tell. It's number 2. It's Brian Sullivan back in single formation. And Arujo shanks it off the side of his foot. Takes an Ashland bounce, would you know. So they're going to benefit from a little bit of good luck as the ball rolls dead down around the 39-yard line.
Joe Mirasola inside Medway territory down to about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs.
So Medway from their own 39 with 8:21 to go here in the third quarter. Quarterback is Peter Botticelli, number 5. Let's see what they do. They bring 82. This is Gregory Hickey to the near side right. Casey coming in motion. Botticelli hands it off inside to Phillips. And he's going to be wrapped up by Sylvain Delaney. Might have gotten a couple of yards out of it. It'll be 2nd down.
Sylvain Delaney making the tackle for the Clockers.
Just about crosses the 40. 2nd down and 9. Good tackle by Delaney.
Phillips was the ball carrier for Medway.
Colin Davis goes to the far side left. He's number 30. And now the pitch back to Casey, and he's tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose 1 or 2. And Hanrahan got in there and got him.
Hit behind the line of scrimmage by the Clockers. It'll be a 3rd down play coming up.
They're going to say the loss is about 1. It'll be 3rd and 11. Brian Sullivan, number 2, comes to the near side right. 82 in the slot over there is Gregory Hickey. Back to throw Botticelli. Throws it out there. It's complete to Hickey. Hickey gives ground, still on his feet. Now he's going to be hit and finally wrestled down, as was DeLuca that got to him first. It's going to be a gain of just a couple of yards, actually. It'll be, say, 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and about 8. So it'll be another kicking situation for Medway. And Hackett back in single safety. Down to 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. Ashland leading 12-0, and Botticelli is getting ready to punt. High snap, he handles it. Gets the kick out of it. He's a pretty good kicker. Hackett muffs it. Gives ground to the 15, picks it up, and is going to fall forward to about the 22. First guy to get at him was Doug Phillips. So it'll be Ashland ball. And they're going to say about the 23-yard line, so it'll be Ashland 1st and 10.
That punt was by Peter Botticelli of Medway.
Handoff inside to McDonald. McDonald with 10. McDonald on his feet across the 40-yard line and hauled down. So James McDonald carrying it to the 42-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 18 yards and a first down.
Gain up to the 41-yard line, so first down Ashland.
Handoff to Hackett. Hackett finds a hole and picks up a couple before he's thrown back.
Hit by Andrew Pachalik of Medway.
So it's going to actually be about a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7. Hackett with a head of steam surged forward, as we noted, about 3 yards. He was forced back, but of course he gets his forward progress. So it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Manny Guerrero is in there, number 86, and again it's Hackett trying to come to the left side, finds a hole, and he's collared as he gets to the 45-yard line. So that's a gain of 1. So it'll be 3rd down now, 3rd and 6.
Small gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 6.
Clockers, I'm sure, would dearly love to keep this drive alive. Just to wear the clock down, as we're within 5 minutes now in the third quarter already, down to about 4:45. So 3rd and 6. Bressler to throw, being chased, drops it off there to McDonald. McDonald is going to be dropped at about midfield. He's short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about a yard, depending on where the spot is, but he's going to be close. Didn't make it, but close.
4 yards, it's close to a first down. It'll be a 4th and about a yard.
They send the wideouts to the bench. This is Gain and Funt coming to the bench. So on 4th and 1, apparently a running down. Number 75, Wayne Carlson, is in the backfield. He's eligible, but they hand it to Hackett with a big hole, and he surges ahead for 6. Oh, never a question, never a question. And Clockers get the first down.
Tripped up by James Parker of the Mustangs.
Well, the Clockers have done that on occasion this season, and that is to put the big guy Carlson in the backfield as an eligible ball handler, although I think he's in there mostly to block. But they opened the hole for Hackett, and he picked up 6. So an easy 1st and 10. We're down to 3:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hackett again, over the left side, probably has a couple.
That was Parker again from Medway, and Brian Sullivan on the tackle. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
Pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 as Andrew Rice comes into the game. Hackett coming out. Rice is in. Hackett is out. Gain is in. Funt is in. So again, they show the wide out. They show Gain in that slot. Handoff to McDonald, and I think he may have about the 40-yard line. That'll be about it. He might have a couple. It'll be 3rd down.
For Medway Mustangs to bring him down. That was Paul Leoncini in there for Medway. Gain of about a yard.
Got about a yard to the 41, so it'll be 3rd and 7. Still Rice and McDonald, the setbacks. Gain in motion. They hand it off to Rice. Rice trying to slant to the right side on his feet, and he's going to be close to the first down stick. I think he's got it. Let's see where they spot it. It's a first down.
First down, Ashland.
So Andrew Rice on a nice run. He picked up the first down yardage, so it'll be 1st and 10. They're just inside the 35-yard line. Rice staying in the game along with McDonald, and now a timeout called by Medway.
Timeout, Medway.
Don't you love this in daylight when you can see? What a difference. Now I could see. Well, yeah, Thanksgiving. Yeah, you forget how much you like it. Oh, well. You what?
Hash marks and line markers.
Yeah, that'd be nice. No, that's asking a lot. Actually, considering, I think this field is in real nice condition. Yeah. When you stop and think about it, I'm sure there's some real wrecks around. Well, we're down to 1:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Ashland driving. They'll have a first down, 1st and 10, just inside the 35-yard line of Medway. And as we noted a few minutes ago, a sustained drive to kill the clock would go a long way in this game for Ashland, and that's about what they've done so far. Hackett is back in there. McDonald is in there. Tim Faniff is the wideout to the near side left. Gain in motion. Bressler to throw, looking for Faniff, going to launch it out there. Faniff is there, and it's going to be intercepted, I believe. It is. It's intercepted. It's number 8, James McLaughlin. We'll see it again. They threw it into traffic. Faniff was doubled down there, and he's slow getting up. He's holding his right arm. But
Medway Mustangs. It'll be first down Medway.
There it is. I see it. He launched it out there into traffic. And actually, Fanoff had no chance at the ball. McLaughlin, it was his, and he hauled it in. So it'll be at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Medway, handoff, and going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's 21. That's Casey.
That was Danny Phipps making the tackle for Ashland.
So that's a loss of about 6.
Loss of 5 or 6 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 15 coming up.
Line of scrimmage is at the
15-yard
line of scrimmage, the 15. So it's 2nd and 15. Going with a pair of wideouts this time. It's Hickey to the near side right. And number 30 over there is Colin Davis. But they hand it off again to Casey. And Casey surges forward for maybe 3. But it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and about 12.
Making the tackle for the Clockers. Gain of about 4. It'll be a 3rd and 11.
Third and 11, Bottichiari as Casey goes in motion. He's to throw, and he throws to Casey, complete, and that's going to be good for the 1st down as Casey took it in right around the 1st down stick and carried it forward across the 35. So he's tackled around the 37-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. And that'll be it in the 3rd quarter as the time ticks away. So at the end of 3, the score hangs at Ashland 12, Medway nothing.
And that is the end of the 3rd quarter here at Walker Field. With the score still, Ashland 12, Medway 0. Just a point of information, tickets for the Thanksgiving Day game will be on sale starting Tuesday of this week in the athletic director's office. Anybody who needs tickets for the Thanksgiving Day game at Hopkinton, tickets will go on sale Tuesday of this week.
The line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line. This is Casey coming in motion. Bottichiari to throw. Being chased. Eludes the tackler. Now he's going to be still eluding a tackler and finally hammered out of bounds. Brian Arujo got him and nailed him. So that'll be a big loss. Big loss for Medway. It's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard loss as Arujo sacked Bottichiari, who was trying to roll out and throw. It'll be 2nd down at about 17 as the ball will be spotted at about the 29-yard line.
That's funny. Hey, there's a cousin in there too, Sarkeesian. Can't call his number.
Casey in motion. The handoff to Phillips, and he's just going to trip around and be swarmed under. Might have lost another yard.
Phillips, the ball carrier for Medway. Brian Arujo again in on the tackle.
So it'll be 3rd down and long.
Not much of a gain. It'll be a 3rd and 16 or 17 coming up for Medway.
Casey in motion. Bhattacharya to throw. Throws it out there looking for Casey, and it's bounced up in the air. Mirasola was there on coverage. It's incomplete. Mirasola and Faniff were there along with Hackett, but it was Mirasola who I think got the hand on it and knocked it away from Casey, so it'll be fourth. Fourth down and long. Good defensive play by the Ashland defensive backfield. Down to 9:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clockers leading at 12-0. Hackett back in single safety, and Bhattacharya will punt it away. Handles a snap, kicks it out of there again. A nice high kick, driving Hackett back, and he's going to let this one bounce. And finally, it's going to be downed over there by McLaughlin, and it'll be Ashland ball right around the 30-yard line.
The punter, and it was down by James McLaughlin from Medway. Down and around the 30-yard line, it'll be first and 10 Ashland from the Medway from their own 30.
Bressler hands it off to Hackett. Hackett trying to hurdle over the pile, picks up a couple, maybe three. It'll be second down.
Hit by Richard Myers and James Parker. For the Mustangs, it's a gain of about 4. It'll be a second and 6.
Gain was closer to 4, second and 6. Clock is running. They send Funt to the far side left. But they'll hand it off again. This is Hackett. Hackett with a big haul. Picks up another couple, 3 yards, so it'll be third down. And in this situation, the ground game very effective. It'll be third down and a long 2. Third and about 2. Hackett again, and Hackett surges across the 40. He's got the first down. Picked up about 3 on the play, but he's well across the first down line, which was the 40-yard line, so he's around the 42. It'll be first and 10. So just what was on the menu for Ashland as they picked up that first down on 3 running plays, as we're inside 7.5 minutes now to go in the ball game. Clockers are leading at 12-0. Oop, ball is on the ground, fumble, and they're still squirming around. It looks like someone from Medway. It looks like McLaughlin picked it up, but we'll see and it'll be Medway ball. It's McLaughlin, number 8, James McLaughlin with it. That was the second time today that they mishandled a snap, although the first time Bressler managed to fall on it. We'll see this on replay, and I think just simply that Bressler mishandled the snap, and as you can see, they're bounding around in there. You just saw McLaughlin pick the ball up and try and sneak away with it. But in any case, it's Medway ball. So suddenly the good times come to an end as Medway comes out. Number 40 is in the backfield, Kevin McGann. But they hand it to Casey, and Casey turns the corner and eludes one tackle, has the first down, has close to 15 yards as he carries close to the 25-yard line. So Casey, under a head of steam, can move. They spot it around the 27, but it'll be first and 10. Phillips and Casey and McGann are in the backfield, full house backfield, showing no receivers, no wideouts in any case, couple of tight ends. They pitch back to Casey. Casey gets a block, trying to turn the corner. Eludes Hanrahan, coming down the sideline. Finally, he's going to be hit around the 15. Hackett got him. But the line of scrimmage, he's got a first down, I believe. Let's see where the spot is. No, they give him the 21. I beg your pardon. They give him the 21. Okay. But a pickup of about 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4. A lot of lateral running on that play. This time they send Greg Hickey to the far side right. They hand it off inside. That's McGann, number 40. Short yardage, maybe. So it'll be 3rd down.
That was Kevin McGann, the ball carrier from Medway. Tackled by Mike Punt.
So it's 3rd and 4, but clearly 2-down territory for the Mustangs. Botticelli on the count, pitches to Casey. Casey trying to elude Mirasola. Mirasola gets him. Oh, he just would not be had. Joe Mirasola stayed with him, got a hand on the jersey, and just waited for help, and they drop him for a big loss. It'll be back a loss of about 3. It'll be 4th down and about 8.
4th and 8 coming up for the Medway Mustangs.
Medway calls a timeout, so they stop the clock. 5:41 to go in the game.
Timeout Medway.
So it's a 4th and 8 situation. They send Hickey to the far side right. This is Casey coming in motion. Botticelli on the count, drops back to throw, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage.
But here pass is deflected, incomplete.
Arujo was there. Could also have been Danny Phipps, number 60, but somebody got a hand on it and knocked it down, so it goes over on downs, and Ashland will take it over at their own 27-yard line.
From the Ashland 25-yard line.
That line of scrimmage will be the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. This is a pitch to Hackett trying to sweep right. Has a block and comes to about the 30-yard line before he's knocked down. Gain of about 5 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Clock is running down to 5 minutes, 10 seconds in the game. Well, a Clocker win would bring their record to 4 and 5 and give them a shot at a 500 season in the Thanksgiving Day game against Hopkinton. This is Gain in motion. The handoff back there to Rice. And Rice may have the 1st down. It is 1st and 10. Rice carried out to the 35-yard line. Actually about the 36-yard line, so 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage is the Ashland 36.
Bressler on the count. And again, the handoff. This was, that was Rice, and he was just nailed and wrapped up and dropped. So that'll go for a loss. That'll be a loss of about 4. And it'll be 2nd down and 14. We'd like to note also late in the season, this being the last home game, of course, that the field is still in pretty good condition, as it is a little bit beaten up from about the 30, maybe the 25-yard line and in at both ends, but nevertheless, the field kept very well through the course of this season. So we're looking at 2nd and 14. They send 3 receivers to the near side right. Gain is there, Faniff is there, and Funt is there. Bressler looking to throw, eludes one tackler, won't get by the other two, so it'll be another loss. Medway pushing the Clockers back. So the sack is going to lose. About a 7-yard loss. So it'll be third down, 3rd and 20.
25-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 20 coming up for the Clockers.
Well, they show the same formation. Hackett is in the backfield. They pitch to Hackett. It's a sweep, trying to turn it up on the right side, but he's going to be tackled well short. He picked up about 5 maybe, and it's going to be 4th down and 15 or 16 to go with 2:50 to go in the ball game. So Arujo will kick. Ryan Sullivan back deep, number 2. Good snap. Arujo gets it away. It's going to be fairly short. It's going to bounce at the 45-yard line, take an Ashland hop, and it's going to be downed inside the 40 at about the 37. So Medway will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37 with 2:14 to go in the ball game.
First down for the Mustangs from their own 36.
Cherry out of the shotgun, has time, launches it. He's hit just as he unloads it, and it's going to fall incomplete. Just as he threw the ball, he was hit. And actually the ball came down and touched an offensive lineman and then fell incomplete. And we have a flag down. Ashland holding. So the plot thickens. So it's a 10-yard walk-off and an automatic first down.
There's a penalty on the play against Ashland. Gives it a first down. Medway.
Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Medway 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. Bhattacharya out of the shotgun. Steps up now, he's going to run, and he's going to have the first down, still on his feet, deep into Clocker's territory, and finally he's going to be hit and dropped down around the 25-yard line.
That was Jordan McAdams finally bringing him down on the near sideline. It's another first down for Medway. Ball is on the Ashland 25-yard line.
The ball is spotted right at the 25. With 1:40 to go in the football game. Christopher Eisenberg, number 3, the wideout on the left side. Number 6 is Allen on the right side. Bhattacharya to throw, and it's going to be...
That was Sylvain Delaney nearly intercepting the Bhattacharya pass. 2nd and 10 coming up for Medway.
That was a first down. It was a completion. Watch it now. And it was complete down there. So it's 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 14. Tough to see because they were to the other side of the Ashland players, but Clockers, as you could see on the replay, they missed the interception, but it was complete. So 1st and 10, clock rolling in 1:05. Bhattacharya to throw, rolls, has time, looking, still rolling, being chased by McAdams, turns upfield, McAdams gets him. Bhattacharya picked up a couple of yards, but that's not really what they wanted to do, as he ran 10 or 12 seconds off the clock. Medway calls a timeout. We have 52 seconds to go in the game. There was a gain of about 2 on the play, so 2nd and a long 8.
Medway has a 2nd down play coming up. 8 yards to go for the 1st down. The ball is inside the Ashland 15-yard line.
2nd and 8 from about the 13 or 14-yard line. Bhattacharya again out of the shotgun, completes it to Hickey, and Hickey is going to be dropped at about the 6 or 7, I believe. Medway calls a timeout again. That was their last timeout. So Medway has used their last timeout. The spot is around the 9, I would say, and it's 3rd down and about 4. They have to get to about the 5-yard line for 1st down. They've used their last timeout with 37 seconds to go in the game.
The 3rd and 3 coming up for Medway.
I'd like to make note, by the way, that to our regret, it appears that we will not be able to bring you the Thanksgiving Day game against Hopkinton this year for a variety of reasons. And perhaps a year from now we'll be able to pick it up again back here. But this year it's out at Hopkinton, and the infamies of technology will just not permit us to bring the game your way. Okay, 3rd and 4. Bhattacharya with it. Looking to throw, rolling to his right, and he's going to be hit just short of the goal line. I think he's got a 1st down, as he tried to dive for that upright but missed. I think he should have a 1st down.
Very close to the goal line.
I think he's inside the 1. He's very close, very close.
It's a 1st and goal from the 1 for Medway.
He's rolling left, Bhattacharya rolling left, and he's dropped. Oh, wow, he's dropped for a loss of about 9, back close to the 10-yard line. And the clock is rolling down to 15 seconds.
Back to the 10-yard line.
We're at 10 seconds. 2nd and goal. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Game ends. Oh, my. So the final score here today this afternoon is Ashland 12 and Medway nothing.
For the 1999 season, with the final score, Ashland 12, Medway 0. We want to see everybody over at the Med.
So just to recap, for the Clockers on their very first possession, they started at the Medway 47. And in the end, it was about a 21-yard touchdown pass from Bressler to Tim Faniff to put Clockers on the board first, 6-0. The kick by Arujo was no good, so the score hung at 6-0. And then in the second quarter, on a Bhattacharya punt, Brian Hackett took it in at his own 15-yard line and raced 85 yards for a touchdown. That made it 12-0. They went for the two-point conversion. That failed, and that was it. The second half was scoreless. The final score here today was 12-0. So Ashland runs its record to 4-5, and the Thanksgiving Day game will determine whether or not they come out of the season with a 500 record. And from Medway, they go to 0-9 on the season, and they play Millis on Thanksgiving Day. Millis would appear to be headed for the Super Bowl, so that could be another tough day for Medway, as this has just been a very forgettable year for them. So I'd like to thank everybody from Ashland Cable, and for Bob Thacker, who was not with us today, and for everyone involved in Ashland football. This is Paul Burke wishing you a very pleasant good afternoon.